We're starting Unit 9. Unit 9 talks about volume and surface area. But before we can get to volume and surface area, we need to talk about the area of regular polygons. And if you want to follow along in your book, this is actually 7.5 in your book. But we're using it in Unit 9 because we're going to need area. So first thing is we're going to look at a definition. Our definition is the word regular. A regular polygon is a polygon that is equiangular and equilateral. Equiangular, equilateral, two key words. Equiangular means that we have equal angles. Equilateral means we have equal sides, so everything is equal. Here I have a regular hexagon, so 6 sides. Go ahead and draw the hexagon. And we're going to identify some key things, some key words. Our first word, well, let's picture we have a center. From the center to the side, perpendicular, this is called an apothem. So the apothem is from the center to the side. The next thing I have is in green here, is what we're going to call radii, a radius. And these are from the center to the vertex. Now, here we have our side, and I know it doesn't look like it, but the radiuses are congruent. So our side is being cut in half. So this is an isosceles triangle here. The radiuses are congruent, and so it's bisecting that side. And what happens is we're going to be able to find this angle and do some trig or some 30, 60, 90, or 45, 45, 90 triangles. So go ahead and I want to look at this example. We have here a regular hexagon and a regular octagon. And we're going to find the measure of each numbered angle. So go ahead and write this question down. Do your best at drawing the picture. So for A, we have a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides. What I want you to picture is we have a circle going all the way around. So all 6 of these angles should add up to 360. So to find one of these full angles, we're going to find angle star. We're going to do 360 divided by 6, which is 60 degrees. So if you look here, angle 3 is one of them. So the measure of angle 3 is 60 degrees. Now, this whole angle right here is 60 degrees. The apothem is cutting it in half to make 2. So half of 60 is 30, so angle 2 is 30 degrees. And this one's 60. If this is 30 degrees, then angle 1 is going to be 60 degrees. Go ahead and try B, doing the similar method. For B, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full triangles. We're going to have 360 divided by 8, which is 45 degrees. No, angle 3 is one of those angles. The opossum, this whole angle is 45 degrees. Angle 1 is half of that. Half of 45 is 22.5. That's angle 1. Triangle adds up to 90 degrees. 90 minus 22.5, 67.5 degrees. That's how we find those angles. We're going to use these because if you notice over here, we're probably going to use our 30, 60, 90 triangle. Over here, we don't have a special triangle, so we're going to have to use our trick. Well, let's look at what the overall formula is for an area of a regular polygon. The area of a regular polygon is 1/2 A times capital P. A is my opossum, P is my perimeter. In order to find the area, we need two things. We need the opossum, so we need from the vertex to the midpoint of the side, and we need to know the perimeter. Let's go ahead and start with an example. Here's our first example. I'll give you time to write it down. So we're finding the area of a regular pentagon. Area of a regular figure is 1/2 opossum times perimeter. Well, I know my opossum is 8. My sides are 11.6. So then the perimeter, I'm a pentagon. A pentagon has 5 sides. 5 times 11.6. So that is 58. Let's plug it into our formula. A equals 1/2. 8 times 58. My area is 232 units. Oh, nope, they gave me units. Centimeters squared. It's not always going to be that easy. They're not always going to give us right away the opossum and the sides. Let's look at the next example. Find the area. We have a hexagon, and they only gave us the side. So we have to find the rest. The regular hexagon, Our formula, area equals 1/2 apothem times perimeter. We need to find the apothem. And we know the perimeter right now. Perimeter is 16 times, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, 96. So we need to just find the apothem. How do we do this? Let's picture the center. Draw yourself that middle triangle, that inside triangle. If we want, we can picture the rest of them. I'll do them in a different color because you don't have to draw them in. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So this angle is 60 degrees. But when I draw my apothem, it cuts it in half. So this is 30. And this angle is 60. When I draw my apothem, it's also cutting my side in half, so my side is 8. So here I have a 30, 60, 90 triangle with a side of 8. 8's across from 30. Go ahead and write our pattern. A root 3, 2A. This is going to be 8 root 3, and this is 16. So my apothem is 8 root 3. Now that I have that, I can plug that into my formula. Area equals 1/2 8 root 3 times the perimeter, 96. We're going to leave our answer in radical form. 1/2 of 8, 4 root 3 times 96. 96 times 4, 384 root 3 feet squared. Just to recap, we found this was a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Our apothem cut the side in half to 8. So we solved our 30, 60, 90 triangle. 8's across from 30. So 8 root 3 is across from 60. 16 is across from 90. This is our apothem, which is the 8 root 3. And then we can find the area. For our next example here, we have a regular triangle. We're finding the area. What are they giving us? They're giving us from center to side. So this is my apothem. When I'm finding the area, A equals 1/2 apothem times perimeter. I know my apothem is 5 meters. So I just have to find my perimeter. In order to find the perimeter, I need to know the side length. So let's look at some triangles. Make our triangle. We need to find what the central angle is. So 360 divided by 3, I get 120. So this whole angle here, we have 120, 120, 120. But the apothem's cutting this in half, so here I have 60 and 60. That means this bottom angle is 30. So again, we have a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Let's go ahead and label our triangle. A is across from 30. A root 3 is across from 60. 2A is across from 90. I'm given my A. This side's 5 root 3. This side's 10. Now, 5 root 3 only accounts for this chunk. So that means my whole side is going to be 10 root 3. So my perimeter is 10 root 3 times I have 3 sides, so 30 root 3. We have everything we need now. Area is 1/2. My opossum is 5. Perimeter 30 root 3. We're leaving it in radical form. I can't take half of 5, but I can take half of 30. Five times 15 is 75. Root 3. We are in meters squared. 2 more examples. Here we're going to find the area of a regular decagon with radius of 10 inches. Now decagon means we have 10 sides. And here we're given the radius. To find the area of a regular polygon, 1/2 opossum times perimeter. I'm not given my opossum, so I need to find that. My perimeter, well, that's going to be 10 times my side, and I'm not given my side, so I need to find that. For a decagon, I don't really want to draw a decagon. Now, the important piece of the decagon is that middle triangle, so I'm going to draw the middle triangle. And then here's my opossum. So here I have my radius, another radius, this is my side, and then my opossum. So I'm just focusing on that center triangle, that middle triangle. Now, we were told that our radius was 10. We need to find our central angle. So there's 10 of these triangles. 360 divided by 10 is 36 degrees. So this whole angle is 36 degrees. That means this is 18 and this is 18 because we're cutting it in half. Well, the opossum creates a 90-degree angle. 90, 18. What makes 180? This is 72 degrees. Notice this is not one of our special triangles. It's not a 30, 60, 90. It's not a 45, 45, 90. So we're going to have to use trig. Our goal is we need to find the opossum. And we need to find this piece because that'll tell us our side. So we can pick, we're focusing on the right triangle. From 72, we have our opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. This should be quick. We just took a test on this. To find the opposite, we're going to have to use the hypotenuse, opposite hypotenuse. So that sine of 72 equals a over 10. Let's go ahead and solve that. Put this over 1, cross multiply, a equals 10 sine 72. I get 9.5106. In the middle of a problem, we're going to round to 4 decimals. Okay. We can use the hypotenuse, adjacent and hypotenuse, that's cosine. put it over 1, cross multiply, x equals 10 cosine 72. So x equals 3.0902. Again, 4 decimals. Now, so A is here, 9.5106. But my x is just this piece, 3.0902. That's just this piece. So a whole side times that by 2, 6.1804. So our side is 6.1804. So the area is 1/2 the opossum times, I didn't calculate my perimeter, 61.804 and I get 293.9 inches squared. This is our final answer. We can round to 1 decimal. Let's go ahead and kind of recap what we did. We have a decagon, radius 10. We want to find the area. This is the triangle we want to focus on. This triangle has our radius, the opossum down the middle, and our sides. We need to find the opossum and the side. So we have to find the central angle, 360 divided by 10. So this is one of the first things we did. And then we noticed that's going to be 18 because it gets cut in half. So this angle is 72. This is not a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So we have to use trig, sine, cosine, tangent. So next we set up our formulas, found A, found X. A is our opossum. X is half of the side. I looked from 72. You can also look from 18 and you should get the same answer. From 72, A is the opposite, 10 the hypotenuse, so we're using sine. From 72, X is the adjacent, 10 is the hypotenuse, using cosine. Once we found those, the A goes straight over here, but we only found half the side, so we have to times that by 2. So we found the side, plug it in to our perimeter, found our perimeter, and then found the area. We have one last example. They gave us the radius is 10. Here I have a regular quadrilateral, otherwise known as a square. Let's make our triangle. Make that central triangle. Draw your opossum. Let's find our central angle. 360 divided by 4 is 90, so this is 90, which means we have 45 and 45. So we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Let's label it. 10 is my hypotenuse, so that's A root 2. A and A. So 10 equals A root 2. Divide by root 2. A equals, we're going to multiply by root 2 over 2. And I get 10 root 2 over 2, so I get 5 root 2. Again, I'm going quickly through that because you just took a test on this. So this should be review. Let's put that in our picture. So this side is 5 root 2, and this piece is 5 root 2. We have found our apothem, and we found half the side. So the full side is going to be 10 root 2. Let's go ahead and plug it into our formula. We found our apothem is 5 root 2. Our parameter is, this side is 10 root 2. So 10 root 2 times 4 is 40 root 2. So our area is 1/2, 5 root 2 times 40 root 2. Simplest radical form. Can't take half of 5, but I can take half of 40. Well, 5 times 20 is 100. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. So this gives us an area of 200 inches squared.